least, January is National Blood Donor Month, a vital time to recognize life-saving impact of blood donation. This month honors selfless donors and emphasizes the ongoing need for blood donations to support emergency care, chronic disease management, and countless medical procedures. Here to share more about the importance of this month is Karen Washbush, Executive Director of the Columbus Chapter of the American Red Cross. Karen, oh, you're already at the podium. There you are.
Good morning. First
Good morning.
and foremost, thank you so much for your partnership and your support of the Red Cross mission. As was mentioned, January is National Red Cross Donor Month, Blood Donor Month, and we want to honor and celebrate all individuals who donate blood and platelets. The beginning of the year is a very critical time to collect blood. There's a lot of cancellations with snow emergencies. We also are challenged with so many people working a hybrid model or even remotely. So a lot of those corporate blood drives are not pulling in the volume that we used to pull in. So we want to encourage anyone to donate blood who's eligible. Surprisingly, only 60% of our population can donate blood, and of that 60%, only 1% do. So it's very important. 25% of our blood goes to cancer patients. So if you know somebody who has cancer, I lost my life partner to cancer. Other family members have cancer and friends. It's very near and dear to my heart. Also, if you know anybody who has sickle cell, oftentimes they receive blood transfusions every single month. So it's important that we diversify our blood supply. We provide, just right here in our region, we have to supply 500 units of blood every single day. So I am strongly encouraging you, if you can donate blood, go to redcrossblood.org. There's an app also you can download, and you can do your pre-check-in. That'll save you a little time. Make your appointment, and then after you donate blood, you can actually follow your donation and see where it ends up. So it might end up at Mount Carmel Children's Hospital. We provide blood to 39 of the hospitals in the area. So very important. If you're not able to donate blood, I encourage you to promote it with your friends, family, on social media. I can assure you that if something happens to one of us on our way home tonight, our loved ones want that blood to be on the shelf. Also, I want to talk about disaster. That's in the forefront of people's minds with the LA wildfires. Recently, we had the hurricanes. But right here at home, and actually nationally, our biggest disaster is home fire. So we not only respond to home fires, but we are very focused on home fire prevention. We install year-round, we install free smoke alarms and do home fire education. But this spring, we do a program called Sound the Alarm. And we will be on March 29th, which is a Saturday. We invite volunteers to come out and install free smoke alarms with us with the Columbus Division of Fire. And on April 5th, we'll be also installing smoke alarms April 5th, which is a Saturday, with Clinton Township Fire Department. So if you're interested, go to redcross.org and sign up. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And there are no words to really show the gratitude of this community for the Red Cross. I'm going to guess that there's probably no one that hasn't had some loved one or someone in their family not be impacted by the need of additional blood.
Right.
I'm just going to guess that's the case, or it's a very high percentage. And so it's one of those things that you don't realize is there until you need it, and you don't realize there's a shortage until you need it. And so I was driving back from out of town recently in the storms. I noticed a bunch of cars on the side of the road, and there was one in particular came past where it was upside down. The car was completely mangled, and the EMS was EMT were on the site with jaws of life trying to get into the person. And I think about moments like that,
Right.
For the Red Cross, and more importantly, I think about the families who get the news of that person on the side of the road. And I don't know what the outcome of that particular situation was, but to know that if there was a need for blood, that it was available, and it could be the difference between life or death. And so, so thank you for what you do. Thank you for all the folks who serve the American Red Cross, and then also to the public. I don't give blood as much as I should, and they just reminded me that's something I'm going to make a point to do in 2025. So thanks for being here.
They will call you. We don't
Yeah, I
let
know.
up.
I said that now. They're like, wait, said he's going to do it. You know what we ought to do? What we ought to do is we have the bio thing here once a year, and we should allow the Red Cross to be here too. And if people want to give blood, so we have it where you have to, for a wellness check, you have to come to, and they have it in. Well, I guess we won't be in that room this year because it's taken, but we'll have it somewhere. And as we do bio, the nurses are there checking your vitals and doing all that stuff. But I think it'd be worthwhile to have the American Red Cross there.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll definitely follow up. We do have blood drives here, but we'll pair it with
Yeah, I mean,
exactly
that's
what you're
just
talking
easy 'cause
about.
You're
Absolutely.
already
Amazing.
coming down to get some stuff.
Absolutely.
You're already getting poked with needles and all that, so.
Absolutely, we'll
Why
follow up
not?
with Human Resources.
Yeah.
So, Karen, thanks for being here. I've had a couple of occasions in my life to need many units of blood. And so what the Red Cross does is absolutely life-saving. And, 25 years ago when I had emergency open heart surgery, I have no idea how many units of blood they gave me. I was in a coma for a month, so I don't have any recollection. But I know a couple years ago, these guys will all remember I was in the hospital in April and had a weird situation and ended up needing 9 units of blood. Woke up that morning, had no idea, had no
Right.
idea what was, but ended up, my wife and the nurse were there. They both walked out and said, okay, I'll see you in a little while. They left, my wife left, went to the office, and the nurse left and, went on her rounds. And, I walked into the restroom and, immediately started throwing up blood. And the next thing I know, they're pumping 9 units of blood into me. So the idea that, when people donate blood, and we see these blood drives on TV, and that kind of effort is crucial, and it's not just, I mean, Commissioner Boyce tells the story of seeing the accident on the freeway. It could be for anyone. It could be for any of our loved ones. It could be for, it could, so, donating blood is, it's vital, and it's for, whether it's the LA fires, the disaster, the shootings in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. There's just so many reasons and so many needs, and you never know when it could be you or one of your loved ones that needs that blood. And so, I think it's a fantastic idea, Commissioner. I think we should have. We have so many people in this building on a regular basis, whether our employees or the folks that are coming in and out of this building on a regular basis. I think we should have an annual or a regular blood drive here. I think it's a great idea, and I think we should absolutely work on putting it together.
Absolutely, and Commissioners, and we do have blood drives, but we will increase them. So
Yeah.
we want to assure you, we do have blood drives here, and we work closely
Right.
with your organization.
Absolutely.
But I love the fact of trying to pair it with a biometric screening. I think it's a fabulous idea, and we'll follow up, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to convenience too, like, making it easy for people to do,
Right.
And when you're in your house, you may not go down for just the blood drive, but there's a lot of incentive in going to the biometric screening, because we give actual, like, bonuses for people who do biometric screening. So most people go down and get theirs if they haven't already got them. And so it really is just, to Commissioner O'Grady's point, it's one of those things that we can always do better. And I think
Yeah.
we should do the best we can.
Yes, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady. Additionally, was just tossing around the idea with some team members about adding this as a wellness incentive. We have various wellness incentives through our Thrive On program, so we can make doing a donation as well as a wellness incentive. So I intend to follow up with our HR and benefits director to see about doing that. because we have as you point out, Commissioner Boyce, we have multiple opportunities during the biometric screening period for people to sign up, so to create additional, I wouldn't just, it'd be multiple opportunities, so we definitely look into that, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Boyce, yeah.
That's a really quick question, I'm sorry. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator. How often are you supposed to give blood?
Every 56 days.
Every
If
56
you're eligible,
Okay.
yes.
And you said 60% of the population is eligible, 1% of the population does not do. What is,
No, you're close. 60% of the population is eligible.
Mm-hmm.
Of that 60%, only 1%.
okay.
So we're talking a very, very small percentage donate.
Why do you think that is?
Convenience. I think people think this is going to happen to somebody else, and other priorities, step forward. Just taking that time. You think I appreciate your testimony because you think of those major disasters, the LA wildfires, the shootings, things like that. You don't think it's going to happen to you until it does. And I can assure you that if you talk to your friends and loved ones, somebody has received blood. So it's getting the word out, how important it is, how easy it is. And a big thing is fear. People are afraid of those needles. I have family members that are just scared to death as much as I push. We have a great video for first-time blood donors. And when you see little kids that come in and give a testimony saying that you saved my life because you gave blood, how much more powerful can it be?
Commissioner Boyce.
Yeah, please, Commissioner Wilson.
Ms. Washburn, one more question. Do you all do donations for your efforts, like when there's fires, through combined charitable campaign, for example? Are you all participants or signed up for that?
We are, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Because that is one area where I don't think a lot of people know that the Red Cross provides valuable services in the community. I remember many years ago, I had a family member that lived in an apartment complex, and there was a major fire. And I remember driving them down to receive services, and that's a very important function that you all serve. And every time I drive down Broad Street and pass by your building, I remember that event and how the Red Cross helped so many individuals. So we think about these major events, but apartment complex fires are so common.
It's all the time. I mean, every night, it seems like we're responding to a home fire. So we are there. We don't monitor when the fires happen. We wait for the fire departments to call us. We have very strong relationships with the fire departments. They call us, let us know we're on the scene. We provide temporary shelter if need be, some financial support to get their feet on the ground, because you're running out of your house. You have less than 2 minutes to get out of the house. And so you're running out with no cell phone. What if you don't have your wallet? How do you get a driver's license? How do you get an ID card? We'll walk with people through that journey. So it's not just that night that we provide the sheltering and things of that nature, but we will help them along their journey as well.
Yeah, I just had, Commissioner Wilson, I'm glad you brought that up. I was in a fire as a kid, and I remember, it was wintertime, and I remember the Salvation Army and the Red Cross being on the scene. Our family took us in, and we ended up in a nice warm place that
Good.
night. So I definitely, out of all the things I remember about the fire, I remember that very well, that the Salvation Army and Red Cross were on the scene, which
Definitely.
is quite amazing when you think about it. And because it all happened so quickly for
Right.
the family. You wake up, it's 2 a.m, and there's smoke everywhere, and you're just trying to get out, and in the process, you're trying to figure out where everyone is, so you
Right.
don't really, in the midst of a fire, you don't really know what's going on. You're just trying to get to the exit. And I was upstairs, and it was very smoky. So you get out, you don't have clothes on because it's the middle of the night. You're just trying to
Right,
get out the house.
right.
So no shoes, no coats, no nothing. And it's like the weather is today. And there's nothing like the feeling of those sirens coming down the street to someone to save you and help you, but then also someone putting a blanket around you and giving you something warm to drink. And then and then helping us find a place to go. So again, thank you for what you represent, what you do.
And that's why those smoke alarms are so important when we do the Sound the Alarm program, because we also talk about home fire education and having a safe meeting place, because you don't want one person running out the back door, somebody else out the front door, and then thinking, oh, somebody didn't get out of the house and running back in. So yes, very important.
Yeah.
And I'd like to encourage all of you to come and take a tour of the blood lab. It is one of the 5 largest in the country. I think it's about number 3, and it's one of the top 10 in the world. So if you'd like to come and take a tour, we'd welcome you.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that.
It's very,
I'm
no,
not sure I want to do
please.
the blood lab thing, but might be a little much for me, but, on the blood side, but I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm sure it's really good.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.